Okay, so I'm here with Jean-Sebastien Decant from Ubisoft. You're working with Assassin's Creed Black Flag.
Absolutely.
What is your role in the creating of the game?
I am lead game designer on Assassin's Creed for Black Flag.
Okay.
I've been especially in charge of the content that has been produced all around the world.
Okay.
So the naval open world, the present day with Abstergo, the companion app, and some of the most expensive missions, I would say.
Okay. So how did it come for you starting working with Ubisoft? I read you're a journalist from before.
Yes.
How come you went into the industry, started working for the other side?
Um, at first, I was into the movie business, and I was a journalist, a film journalist, and at that time, uh, early 2000s, they started to have like games like Metal Gear, Silent Hill, Shenmue, games that were really that had strong ties with cinema, heavily influenced by cinema, and I felt like it was the time to try to bring games into the film magazines, and that's what I did. And I could reunite my two passions, which are films and games, which was pretty cool. How I fell into the video game business is a bit of a coincidence. After 9/11, I realized that I had to do what really mattered in my life, and actually the journalist career and an advisor on buying film was a bit boring. And I tried to get into games. And actually, back in the days, I met somebody that had a game company. He did a RTS with Ubisoft, I forgot the name, and he was actually building a new company with Frédéric Renal, the creator of Alone in the Dark. And they took me, and I started as a writer, but very soon I became a game designer, and I learned the craft just by trying to make games. And a few years later, I joined Heavy Rain, Quantic Dream. I did Heavy Rain, and then I left and tried to work in a company that was trying to make the games out of their movies. I worked on the Little Prince adaptation, and then I jumped at Ubisoft in Newcastle in the UK and worked on Driver San Francisco.
Okay. Does the pirate theme of Black Flag pose any danger to Assassin's Creed as an IP, seeing as Assassin's Creed often is free roaming in big cities, and Black Flag to me looks like a lot of piracy and out in the big open seas?
Yes,
Is it a game changer?
it's a game changer, but it's not changing Assassin's Creed in the sense that in the end, this is an Assassin's Creed game with a much bigger open world with much more opportunities. But it's still the story of a Edward Kenway, a pirate looking for fame and treasure, and is going to stumble upon the conflict in between the Templar and the assassin, and realize that there might be more noble things to do in life than just plundering whatever he wants whenever he wants. And that's for how we connect the pirate theme with the assassins. And then in terms of game mechanics and what you play, I think it's just opening the possibilities that you had before.
What has been the biggest challenge about working with Black Flag?
Definitely the naval open world. Finding ways to connect it with the ground experience that we're very familiar with, finding the balance in order to ensure that people that are maybe a bit shy on going to the sea are going to have enough to do, and at the same time are going to be lured into the naval, and also ensuring that the pace of traveling on the sea is going to be sustained by a lot of stimuli, like ship battles, activities, harpooning, underwater, having enough stuff to just stimulate you every second.
What is the most fun thing about the game for you as a developer to play?
Definitely the naval part. I think it's totally fresh. There is a lot of freedom. There is this economical loop also, pushing you to plunder ships to get stronger in order to attack stronger ships and so on. This works very well and can just trap you in the game for hours.
What do you think the future holds for Assassin's Creed?
The future hold, I think, first, Black Flag is kind of a new beginning.
Yeah.
So the way we approach, for instance, the present day narrative with Desmond gone.
Yeah.
Now you are a researcher working for Abstergo on past history moments. I think that's already a setup that is going to open new possibilities for the future.
Yeah.
And after that, I think that the future of the bond and the games is really tied to next gen. Next gen is going to offer many new opportunities, especially in terms of social and multiplayer, and also on how we are going to try to build our games as platforms that could grow from year to year. So yes, I think there will be cool surprises.
Do you think that will be what defines the next generation, the building platforms and connectivity, and
Yeah.
like what is the big defining thing about the next generation? Do you think?
Um, Next gen is about connectivity in between players, but also connectivity in between players and developers. Something that we can see already on PC,
Yeah.
but it's now going to be on console. So maybe in a way that is going to be much more mainstream and accessible for anyone.
Cool. How many more stories does the Assassin's Creed universe have left to tell?
Uh, our motto is history is our playground, and history. I mean, there's so many history we could tell in so many different periods. So I would say it's infinite.
So, unless you have anything else you want to add.
Um, just maybe something about the present day.
Yeah.
We really try to take another stance on that. I mean, in previous games, we had this meta story about Desmond, and we tried to switch the approach and go for something that is much more fan service oriented, and try to offer you a door to look into Ubisoft and the Templars and the Assassins, and I think we did something that is quite fun to explore.
Okay. So one final question: Star Wars or Star Trek?
Star Wars.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.